প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত অর্থ সংলাপে। আপনাদের প্রিয় অনুষ্ঠান, বাংলাদেশের অর্থনীতির এগিয়ে যাওয়া, সংকট, সম্ভাবনা সবকিছু নিয়ে আমরা আলোচনা করি অনুষ্ঠানে। আর প্রতিদিন একটা বিষয়, নতুন বিষয় বা একটা আলোচিত বিষয় আমরা তুলে নিয়ে আসি, এর গভীরে যাওয়ার চেষ্টা করি। আর এর গভীরে নিয়ে যান আমাদের একজন সংশ্লিষ্ট জন, যিনি সরাসরি ওই সেক্টরের সাথে জড়িত, দেশি বিদেশি অনেকে আছেন। আজ আছেন একজন অতিথি, বাংলাদেশের অতিথি উদ্যোক্তা। তিনি রাজেশ গ্রোভার, কো ফাউন্ডার এবং ম্যানেজিং ডিরেক্টর, রকেট ইন্টারনেট গ্রুপ। আর লামোডি, যে ইন্টারনেট মার্কেট প্লেস ফর রিয়েল এস্টেট, তার ব্যবস্থাপনা পরিচালক তিনি। এই দুই কারণে তিনি অনেক কিছু জানেন ইন্ডাস্ট্রিটাকে। তার কাছে শুনবো আমরা ইন্ডাস্ট্রির ভেতর বাহির অনেক কিছু। রাজেশ গ্রোভার, ইউ আর ওয়েলকাম টু আওয়ার প্রোগ্রাম।
Thanks, Aziz, for having me here.
One thing, I think you are new. Lamudi is quite a new real estate marketplace. It's more than 1.5 year you have done.
Yeah.
How you have done? How is market as a pioneer? How have you seen the market?
So I think it has been a good journey so far for us. The last 1.5 years we have grown pretty well. We have received good response from the market, from our developers, from the consumers as well. You see, we came at a time where, of course, we understand the market was going through a tough time. It is still going through a tough time, and what we came in is with a purpose to help the consumers, buyers or people who want to rent or sell, give them a platform, a portal where they can find all information about real estate in one place. So like we operate only in real estate sector. So Lamudi doesn't do anything else except for real estate. And you understand, if somebody wants to buy a house or rent a house, the process generally takes a very long time, 3 to 6 months, to go to different places and then to find. We tried to shorten that process and make it simpler.
Yeah.
You see, internet penetration in Bangladesh is increasing. It is growing year on year.
Encouragingly increasing.
It is definitely, and of course, so there is a trend where we want to move in as well. So now, when you want to find a property, why would you want to go to different places and then have a look before you shortlist? So we shorten that process. You come to our portal, you can enter your requirements. So could be as simple as, I want a 3-bedroom house in Mirpur, your budget range, your square feet size range, your bedroom, bathroom. There are a lot of filters, and then the portal displays only the properties that match your requirement. So instead of going at different places, now you can straight away see, and then you can shortlist those properties and then visit them.
What I'm curious to know from you how you have created your market, because there is a long tradition was there in this.
Correct.
The Sonatani Paddhati, we say the traders, the connectors,
Correct.
and the dalals, we can say.
Correct.
They acted for several decades.
Correct.
But you are new.
Correct.
How there is a clash between you and the traditional players?
Actually, there is not, because in a way we have become one of the marketing channels that anybody would want to use. Like for me, our philosophy is very simple. For me, we treat the real estate developers as our partners. You see, because when we work together closely is when the real estate market will grow. The main consumer for us is the visitor who comes to my portal, or the buyer who calls my hotline number to ask for properties. My job is to keep him happy by providing him the best of information.
Yeah.
Because if I do that, my partners would be happy. Times have changed. You see, 3-4 years back, when the demand was a lot, it was a different market altogether. Today, the demand has gone down. So customers have always been king. So they are much more choosy now. So there has to be a shift in dynamics, in how we treat customers, and this is what we look for. For us, the top priority is providing the best information, and we work. And for that, of course, we don't own any properties. We don't build any properties. We help our developer partners to list their properties with as much information as possible, genuine, correct information, so that the consumer, when he comes to the portal, it's as good as him being at a developer's office and going through the prospectus or the brochure.
He or she finds more reliability there. That's why
Exactly.
he or she stuck there.
Exactly. So, and this shift has been pretty good. I mean, with the growing trend of online internet penetration, we receive a lot of traffic of people who are looking for real estate, which is a very encouraging trend. I mean,
almost everyone's dream. Like
exactly. And you see, real estate, in all honesty, is a thing where you would actually look for when you have a genuine need. I mean, if you are bored, you would go to a news website, a Facebook or other social media websites, but you come to a real estate portal like ours only when you have a genuine need. So when we have a lot of visitors, these are guys who are potentially looking for properties, and the best part is everybody. If you ask a lot of real estate developers here, everybody looks for NRBs. Because they have a significant chunk of investment.
Ready money.
Exactly. But NRBs can't come physically here every single time except for holidays. 1/3 of our traffic comes from NRBs.
Oh, so they are a most potential part of your
customers. So the moment a developer gets puts up their listings, if 1/3 of my traffic comes from NRBs, they can sit in any place. There is no time zone. It doesn't make a difference. We are available 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they can sit in UK, US, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Malaysia, and they can look at properties there. And then they can shortlist, and then probably they can ask their relatives to go and have a look, have a visit. So the idea is to shorten the entire process to make it much more user friendly for the buyer. We are trying to make their lives much more easier by providing them as much information and initiating the contact, because once they like a property, they can get in touch with the developer, and then of course the negotiations, the discussions, the discounts and everything happens with the developers separately. Our job is to save time for a consumer by providing them the best information at one place, and then help them to initiate a contact with the developers.
One thing I think, as you provide information, definitely you also follow the effectivity of information. How much, how many connectivity turns as a business deal?
Definitely.
But is it increasing?
It is. It is. I'll let you see. What had happened was, compared to 3 years back, the real estate market, of course, it has slowed down. That is true. You see the way how real estate market generally works, and just not just in Bangladesh, in most of the countries. When the industry is booming, everybody enters in the industry. Everyone. But the thing is, when times become tough, the guys who were really the strong guys are the ones who can survive, and the ones who just came in for quick money, they generally fizz out.
Definitely, I will listen many things from you, because very interesting points you are raising. We will go to a break and come to you again. প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা আছি রাজেশ গ্রোভারের সাথে। তিনি লামুডি এবং রকেট ইন্টারনেট গ্রুপের ব্যবস্থাপনা পরিচালক, কো-ফাউন্ডার। তার কাছে আমরা আরও শুনবো বাংলাদেশের রিয়েল এস্টেট খাত, ই কমার্স, অন্যান্য বিষয়ে। একটি বিরতির পর ফিরছি। প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা ফিরলাম অর্থ সংলাপে। আমরা আজকে সংলাপে আছি ই কমার্স এবং আবাসন খাত, ইন্টারনেট মার্কেট প্লেস ফর রিয়েল এস্টেট, এসব নিয়ে। রাজেশ গ্রোভার আমাদের সাথে আছেন, রকেট ইন্টারনেট গ্রুপের কো-ফাউন্ডার এবং লামুডির ব্যবস্থাপনা পরিচালক। গ্রোভার, you started, you are saying many things about the Bangladesh trend and the behavior of the market. Please.
So what I was saying was, when the market is booming, generally there are a lot of players, new players who come into the market. May not necessarily be players who have experience in real estate. And of course, when the time becomes tough, only the strong guys, or the guys who actually knew or understand real estate, stay, and the rest generally fizzle out. And like I said, for us, the main customer is the guy who's coming to my website or who's giving me a call. So even when we initiate the contact with the developer, we still follow up with the same consumer, just to ensure if he's getting the right kind of response from the developers, from the sales guys, getting proper information. Is it everything okay? Up until the guy says, yes, I have found a house and I'm happy, or for now I am not looking for a house. That's when one loop closes for us. Because like I said, we are, one of the core philosophies or pillars that we believe in is quality. We have never chased numbers. We've always believed in quality. And the quality for us is, if you as a customer come to my portal and you're looking for a house, I want to ensure that you get your dream home. So the first step is, of course, by showing you the matched properties which you can find, initiating a contact with the developers, and even after that we will still be in touch with you on a casual basis, occasionally as a quality control procedure, to ask, that so you were, we had given you contacts of this developer. How, and did they get in touch with you? Did you get the information you required? Did they help you to get a visit? Have you finally moved in? If yes, sir, which developer apartment did you move in? So we close a loop, and to understand how much of it happens.
I think your services and your customers are still based in the urban areas.
Correct.
When services provided Lamudi and like other companies will reach the rural areas.
I think this might happen very soon with us, because about 6 months back we launched a new service which was called Dial for Home.
Dial for Home.
Dial for Home. Now you see, we'll always like to think from a consumer perspective, always a consumer perspective. And one very interesting fact is this: yes, we are online, definitely, but most often than not in Bangladesh, the person who finally writes the check, to buy the apartment is generally 40 above.
40 above.
Generally.
Generally.
The guy who will sign the check.
Yeah, definitely.
See, buying a house, of course, is a family decision. If my dad wants to buy a house, he will get some referrals from his friends. I, being the young guy, will go online and search and find properties for my dad. My mom will get some recommendations, right? But ultimately, it's my dad who signs the check, for the property. So, I want a guy of my dad's age also to call Lamudi and to take Lamudi's help.
Yeah.
But my dad doesn't know internet. He will not learn how to go on internet.
Then?
So how do I get him? He doesn't even use a smartphone.
Yeah.
He uses a Nokia 1100, a very old phone. But he knows how to make a phone call.
Oh yeah.
He knows how to make a phone call. And in fact, if you remember my card, if you look at this, this was a service we launched 6 months back called Dial for Home, Call Us. So we have a hotline number 01777
Yeah.
Whatever you want to search online, you tell us on the phone. So you pick up the phone, you say, hi, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom house in Banani, 2500 square feet, my budget is 2.5 crores, 80 lakhs, whatever it is. You can even go to specific requirements saying that, you know what, I want to have 2 car parking spaces, one for my SUV, one for my sedan. And in the next 1 minute, so our system, we have a software which will automatically match your requirements.
But you are also
send you an SMS.
You are also supporting the digital supports to the physical supports to the digital customers.
Exactly. Because see, a customer is a customer for us, and he is always priority for us. Of course, we would love them to come online, but you see, that's the young generation. And over the course of next 3 to 5 years,
how are you observing your effectivity increase?
This has been phenomenal for us. Phenomenal for us. And just from Dial for Home in the last 6 months, we have sent more than 29,000 leads.
29,000
leads.
Yeah.
In 6 months. It has been phenomenal. See, because it is very easy. You're stuck in, like all of us get stuck in traffic in Dhaka.
It is habit. To call, to talk, it is habit.
And it is as simple as just picking up a phone, calling and saying, you know what, I'm looking for this kind of property in this area. That's my budget. That's my square feet range. And the system sends you an SMS instantly of only matched properties. So it is as good as you. So your dad can also straight away now call the developer and say, now see, this is where we are very different from others. As a marketing channel, we are very different. When you go through traditional methods, we do not provide calls. We provide leads for our developer partners as well here. Because now when the developer sales guy calls you, he will not say, Mr. Aziz, I heard you are looking for an apartment. No, it changes. So this was a call. Now how he will call you, he says, dear Mr. Aziz, I know you are looking for a 3-bedroom apartment in Banani. That's your budget. That's the square feet range. I have 4 options for you.
Changing patterns and changing behaviors also, because we have to listen more about you. I am going to another break and coming to you.
Definitely.
প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা রাজেশ গ্রোভারের কথা শুনছি। রাজেশ গ্রোভার রকেট ইন্টারনেট গ্রুপের প্রতিষ্ঠাতা এবং লামুডির ব্যবস্থাপনা পরিচালক। যেভাবে তিনি বলছেন বাংলাদেশের রিয়েল এস্টেট মার্কেট বিহেভিয়ারটাকে আরও শুনতে হবে আরেকটি বিরতির পর। প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা ফিরে এলাম অর্থ সংলাপে, ফিরে এলাম রিয়েল এস্টেট খাত এবং ই কমার্স নিয়ে সংলাপে। আমাদের সাথে আছেন রাজেশ গ্রোভার, রকেট ইন্টারনেট গ্রুপের প্রতিষ্ঠাতা, সহ প্রতিষ্ঠাতা এবং লামুদির ব্যবস্থাপনা পরিচালক। তার কাছে আবার যাচ্ছি আমরা। রাজেশ, what you are saying, there is a changing behavior,
definitely,
the changing patterns of trades, definitely. And how, where you see the market trend, the market pattern after 10 years in Bangladesh?
Oh, I think after 10 years, Bangladesh would be a developed market. If you look at how online marketplaces in real estate work in developed countries, almost 93% of real estate is searched through online.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the same kind of trend I'm looking for Bangladesh as well. The speed at which Bangladesh is growing, the number of internet users are growing, and you see
fantastic growth.
It's fabulous. And see, the best part is in South Asia, in Bangladesh, again the core of the population is youth. It's still young. So, and these are the guys who are online. In next 10 years, these guys would have matured they have
matured online users, not only having money.
Exactly. So and it becomes very, very easy nowadays. See, with our hectic lifestyles, everybody wants ease somewhere or the other. The reason why we had machines. Now with internet, you're stuck in a traffic, right? You're sitting in your car, you have your mobile phone, and you instantly log on to the mobile app that we have, and you can search for properties. If you are still busy, and you can just pick up the phone, call the number. and
Okay,
ask.
you have observed your market very skillfully. I think that how others things you definitely observe the other businesses of Bangladesh, economy of Bangladesh. What is your observation about the business and economy?
That has been growing pretty well as well. I mean, I'm see what I like about Bangladesh, of course, is I see a lot of similar trends in South Asia coming here. You see, which is the same growth patterns, and of course, the biggest driver of an economy would be in terms of population would be the young people, and the young people here are very hardworking, which is something I like, which is ambitious, which is very required for a country to grow.
Yeah.
And you look at various sectors. I mean, we have a lot of top FMCG companies here. You look at the way new companies are coming in. You see a lot of. I also like there are a lot of people that I meet in Bangladesh, youngsters who are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So this is a very interesting trend for me. This is a very interesting trend because these are the guys who will actually take the growth of Bangladesh to the next stage.
Your next stage in the take-off position. I think
Take-off position, and it has been very encouraging. I mean, it's a market which has immense amount of potential, and I think what we are seeing today is just the tip of the iceberg.
What are the barriers, the problems you find?
I personally am a guy who always looks at opportunities,
Yeah.
because you would find problems in every single country.
Yeah.
There is no. I mean, you can have n number of issues. I always look at opportunities and how we bypass them, and how do we capture them. So, and when I look at Bangladesh, of course, infrastructure needs to improve, because which I think gradually will happen, because what I like about the government as well, they had taken the initiative of Bangladesh going digital by 2021, and you guys have actually. I was reading about it a couple of weeks back. You guys have taken like a second submarine cable worth 6.6, which is all steps in the right direction. So you have the government supporting the infrastructure, you have the youth, which is very hardworking and entrepreneurial.
Intention to support youth also.
So and see, even in our company, right? We take a lot of interns from universities.
Yeah.
So the idea is, of course, to groom them, and also because they bring in a fresh perspective.
Oh.
We are so busy with our daily work that. When new fresh talent comes in from universities, they bring some green perspective, some new perspective. They look at things in a different way. So while they are learning with us, they're also, of course, helping us out. And that drive in the youth, supported by the government in terms of infrastructure, in terms of facilities, in terms of development, I think it's a perfect recipe for a great economy in the years to come.
And definitely, I think you are from IIM. It's very respected education institute in the world, and you also definitely observed your country, Indian youth, Indian enterprising behavior, and you also now observe in Bangladesh. What is your suggestion to the policymakers and to the government in Bangladesh to support effectively to these enterprising young people?
I think in a lot of cases, I think of course, number one would be the infrastructure change that would help, and of course, I think maybe the government should also start some sort of a incubator to support these youngsters. When they want to start new ventures, maybe create an incubation center to provide them in like a main office space, some funding, groom them. See, we try to do a lot by speaking in forums. So there are a couple of group, guys, I know initiatives from some, local entrepreneurs, where they involve entrepreneurs and expats like us to come and speak to, youngsters, to give perspective of, how markets are changing, where is the future. And quite honestly, I've seen quite a bit of change in the mindset of youngsters. So it's not about just, it's about a sense of, I want to do something different. I want to do something that I like. And I want to contribute. I know of people who have studied abroad and they shifted back to Bangladesh purely because they want to contribute to their own country. This is, I think, a big change because, generally if you remember South Asia, we used to, there was a trend that, people would study abroad and settle abroad. Now people are studying abroad, but they want to use that knowledge and experience and bring back to their country. And
they're departing, they're contributing.
And I think things are going in the right direction. I think with a bit of infrastructure help, I think things will get far better.
You are very positive and very in depth, even in jolly way. It's very great thing your observation. Thank you, Rajesh, for taking us to in depth and taking us to the different ideas. Thank you again.
Thanks, Rajesh.
প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা রাজেশ গ্রোভারের কথা শুনলাম, IIM থেকে গ্রাজুয়েট এই ম্যানেজার, তিনি একটা বড় ইন্টারনেট প্রতিষ্ঠানের উদ্যোক্তা এবং আরেকটি রিয়েল এস্টেট ই কমার্স খাতের একটা প্রতিষ্ঠানের পরিচালক, ব্যবস্থাপনা পরিচালক। তিনি যেভাবে বাংলাদেশের ইকোনমি, বাংলাদেশের রিয়েল এস্টেট খাতকে দেখলেন, সেটা খুব প্র্যাকটিক্যাল দেখা। এই প্র্যাকটিক্যাল দেখার পরে যে সাজেশনগুলো আসলো, সেগুলো গ্রহণযোগ্য বলেই আমাদেরকে মানতে হবে। আমরা আশা করব এগুলো আমরা গ্রহণ করব। এই প্রত্যাশা রেখে আজ এখানে বিদায় নিচ্ছি। আপনাদের সবাইকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ।